So there you go. Breaking news just for you because you want to hear it first here on Ballz Visual Radio. That is what we call ourselves. Firstly, I wish to apologize for the weird thing with the song earlier on. It was entirely my fault. I let Warren touch the desk very briefly. But we have breaking news, and it's very exciting for me as a Liverpool fan. Alex Ferguson has officially announced his retirement.
That's amazing. That's incredible. A 7-year-old man retires. Front page news. Wow.
Yes, you don't know why this excites me because, and I actually have to compliment him. The man was very good. He was outstanding at getting his players to be a bunch of cheating bastards, and he was also tactically brilliant and a great coach. So I'm quite glad that he is in fact going to be leaving us, and we will miss old Whiskey Nose as he leaves the Premier League. So this is just my very special tribute to Alex Ferguson.
Wicked old witch at last is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Wake up, you sleepy head. Rub your eyes, get out of bed. Wake up, the wicked witch is dead. She's gone where the rockets go below.
I don't know if we can listen to the whole song.
No, I really don't want to. Do you think anybody's crying now? Do you think there's somebody out there that's like listening to Ballz? If you burst into tears when you heard Sir Alex was gonna retire, then please tweet us. And if you burst into tears but also started wanking, then we don't want to hear from you. Because that's weird.
If you're using your tears as lube. But I'm sure if I was a Man United fan, I'd be really upset because they've basically kept their success going for so long because of him. And who do you replace him with?
I don't know that they kept their success going because of him alone. It's not just him. He's not one guy made a team of 11 guys.
He was a strong enough personality that he stood up to the owners when they tried to screw him around, because that's what happened at Liverpool. The owners basically destroyed the club. He stood up to the owners. He stood up to the league. He basically made the league biased in favour of Man United. That's why they used to call it the Ferguson Association. He did a lot. And he kept like a winning... what would you call it? A winning belief in the team.
I'm sure it's not just one guy. Like, he can't be everywhere. You know, it's got to be everyone at the organization. I don't think Liverpool fans can suddenly cheer and say to themselves, "Yeah, finally we're gonna come off the bottom, you know, from the relegation zone, because now Alex Ferguson is gone."
No, but at least Man United, because it's not. We're not happy that we're going to be doing better. It's just we're happy that they're going to be doing worse. You see, Chantal van der Westhuizen says, personally, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody... I mean, even Man United fans, go and be honest, the guy's a bit of a dick. Even Man United fans can
I really did touch your leg there. I actually spoke to people, because you know he comes to South Africa a lot. His daughter works in a hotel here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Or something.
Is it like City Lodge? Does he stay at the City Lodge?
No, but he stays in I know she lives here. She's married to a South African.
Okay.
And the people who I've spoken to who worked in the hotel where he comes says he's just a grumpy old durs. And he doesn't even know what a durs is, so he's not doing it on purpose.
But that's like the Scottish national character. As a Robertson, I think I'm allowed to say that. Like, it's a Scottish national character to be a grumpy old durs. Like, that's kind of what we do.
Well,
kind of the Scottish thing.
I don't think so. I'm married to... Actually, never mind. So, yes, a house full of trophies and a true legend. Sasha Martinengo, you suck up. What do you know? He's Italian. I don't think Italians should be allowed to speak about football. Actually, if anyone is curious as to the most successful manager in the history of football...
Kenny Dalglish?
No, it is in fact Bob Paisley.
Okay.
In terms of not just trophies won, it's trophies won per season or per time in charge. Okay. There you go. That's my little 2 cents worth.
I'm fascinated by that little fact. But
are you?
When I said Kenny Dalglish, you got a little bit of a chubby.
I did.
That was interesting.
I actually...
So who do you think's going to take over at Manchester United?
I think it's probably... I don't know. I have no idea.
Nobody, was really professional opinion.
Who could replace him? Like, everyone keeps talking about Jose Mourinho, but I think that dude's completely overrated.
You think it'll be like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
I doubt it, unless he came in right at the end and then just won everything. For those of you who don't know football, that was a football joke that I'm not going to explain.
Yes. No. So who are the actual options? I've got
Jose Mourinho, but he's never really done well with a team that doesn't have insane amounts of money, to the best of my knowledge. Except for, I think he did okay at Porto.
At Porto, yeah, he won the Champions League with Porto.
Yeah, I mean, but
well, where was that? This is tiny little.
Then enjoy being spanked by Man United next year from Johan Pollard. I'm just reading out these random tweets as they come. You know what?
Why Man United going to come and spank me? Now I'm interested. I'm excited.
I think he's more referring to Liverpool.
Oh, I see. He wasn't talking about me personally.
And the thing is Johan, I've actually made peace with the fact that Liverpool are not great. And I think Man United fans are going to have to make peace with that for their team pretty soon as well.
Sure. So who do you think will win the league next year? I mean, let's assume. Does it say when Sir Alex is retiring? Is he going for one more season, or is he?
No, it didn't say. But I think at the end of the year, he's old. It's time to stop it now.
So who's going to win next year? Manchester City. Should we all be putting our money on Manchester City
or Chelsea?
Really, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Chelsea's got like the Abramovich in charge, and they're probably going to get Mourinho back. And then, as much as I say he's overrated, he seems to be quite good if he's got a lot of money.
And there is one thing Chelsea has, and that's a lot of money.
They do have a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay, yes. Well, there you go. That was fascinating.
If you have any questions about Liverpool or Liverpool trivia, I may respect Alex. No, we don't just salute Alex Ferguson. We begrudgingly respect him, though.
Really? Did somebody suggest? Who suggested that we salute him?
Andre Collins.
No, Andre.
I will respect him. I will begrudgingly respect him. I still think he's a dickhead.
But do you think he's retiring because he's
a brilliant manager? You know, he actually won in Europe with Aberdeen. When Jose Mourinho can win a European Cup with Aberdeen, then I'll respect him.
He won with Porto. It's pretty much the same thing.
No, it's not. Porto is one of the biggest Portuguese clubs for a long time.
It's probably the biggest Portuguese club, but Portugal's like the size of the Kruger Park.
Benfica would be, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, regardless. So it's the second biggest in a country the size of Kruger Park.
Yes, well...
I mean, that's not a big club.
Well, how big is North Korea, but everyone worries about them?
Yeah, it's not really them they worry about so much as their nuclear missiles.
Is there any truth, perhaps somebody can let me know, is there any truth to the rumor that when the World Cup was here, North Korea actually hired a bunch of Chinese people, local Chinese people, to be their supporters?
I heard that at the time. I heard that. So if you are a local Chinese supporter of North Korea...
and you went to the game wearing North Korea regalia.
Yes.
What did you support?
And how much did they pay you?
Because like when you go to these sushi bars. Because my wife actually lived in Taiwan
a sushi bar. Oh, okay.
For a long time, so she speaks Mandarin. And there's all these guys in these Japanese outfits with Japanese flags and stuff, and she's going, "These are Chinese people. They're speaking Mandarin to each other."
Yeah.
Yet wearing Japanese outfits. So maybe it's like that. Maybe they like.
But also Japanese people look totally different to Chinese people.
Do they?
Yes. Stop being racist, Chris. What, you just coming on the air here?
I don't know these things. I haven't traveled the world. I've barely made it out of Boksburg. And I don't even live in Boksburg, which is odd.
Yeah. Where did you grow up? I know you went to John Orr Tech.
It'll be Moyes or Mourinho. This is from
Moyes.
That man Don. Yes, Moyes is actually an outstanding child.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal coach. But do you think he really wants to go to such a terrible club?
He has actually mentioned it before, as has what might be an outside choice, which is Martin O'Neill, although he just recently nearly got Sunderland relegated.
Yeah. But he used to be good.
I'd really like Martin O'Neill to go to Man United and see them go down.
Yeah. Really like Jocko Houlihan to go to Man United. Because he once got the under-13Bs relegated from Aberdeen Secondary School.
Yes.
that would be the
I'm sure that sounded better in your head before you started talking.
It really did. It really sounded awesome. But then I started saying nonsense.
Yes. No, we picked up on that. Thank you. We did notice.
I should take more cocaine.
Or just some. But maybe Lizzle, I don't understand this, to be honest. Maybe Lizzle will also step down and give Charles a sporting chance? Anybody? Lizzie. Who? Oh, Lizzie. I get it.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Charles will be very good in charge of Man United, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Although he's got the ears.
I would like to see him try. I'd like to see him ask for the position, because who's going to turn him down? But, hello, I'd rather like to look after your football club. No, I don't know.
Yeah, thought you were going to go somewhere with that. It had a lot of potential.
It does, doesn't it?
Well,
if you want to see the rest of that, come and watch me perform this weekend on stage.
He's just going to go to a random club. Nobody books him. He's just going to show up somewhere and hope that he gets a gig. So now Alex Ferguson has retired, and they need to find a replacement for him. But I don't think one man can do it.
Yeah, you could. While we were off air, I just pictured the advert that they put out. They put out the advert saying, large football club seeks elderly man to play with teenagers, and half of the BBC could apply for the position. I think
yes, large elderly man
who peaked in
the 70s to work with young boys in the dressing room. Nice. No, but so Warren came up with the idea that we should find somebody to replace Alex out of football. But I don't think
blood.
I don't think one man could do it.
Yeah, no. I think we need to see who from outside of football could be the best new coach for Manchester.
I think the only man who could match him in terms of hot air would be Julius Malema.
Yes.
So for the post-match interviews, Juju could take over from Alex there.
Yeah, and Kulubusi Zuma's got to practice chewing.
He has and then of course there's other aspects to his game. Like remember when he kicked through a shoe at David Beckham.
Yes, I do.
So who was that? The Iraqi guy who was going to throw shoes, or he threw a shoe at George Bush. I think he might have to be getting involved. Samir Rif says Deborah Patter is replacing Alex Ferguson.
But I think he just said that because Simi likes to blend two things that are current together, even if they don't make any sense, just because that makes him popular.
I don't know if it does make him popular. I know Simi, and he's really not.
But thanks, Simi. Thanks for the advice.
Thanks for the advice.
Simi also, Justin Bieber is quite current at the moment. He might make a good Manchester United coach in your
I feel somebody suggested Peter de Villiers, and I actually think that's got some merit.
Why?
Well, because how many people actually understand Alex Ferguson in the first place?
That's true. He is rather largely nonsensical.
And so throw in Peter de Villiers, and then if the footballers are clever enough to make their own decisions, and they'll kind of do it.
Do you genuinely think footballers are intelligent? Professional footballers? Look at Luis Suarez. Okay, listen, I know this guy's like your hero, but he bit a man.
If he's passionate, he has the will to win, and now you're going to judge him just because he nuzzled on another man's arm.
No, he has the will to win. So then he ate a man.
He did not eat him.
He's like a Cro-Magnon.
Take a look at Luis Suarez. You know what? If you put a stick in a small child's hand, don't be surprised if he hits you with it. Look at the size of Luis Suarez's teeth. It's hard for him not to bite somebody.
But you are saying he is a small child. I mean, he's not exactly
a genius.
He's
just a very passionate. He's a footballing genius.
There's no such thing as a footballing genius.
I refuse to get into this debate with you again.
A guy who sends man to the moon is not the same as a man who can kick a ball in a goal. They're not the same. The same word does not describe both of those talents.
All right. Luis Suarez is a footballing savant. But
idiot savant.
Let's not say anything mean about
no, but look, I think the thing is that whoever comes to Manchester United now is going to have an impossible job, because that's a team of like millionaire winners who've proven themselves, and then this new guy's going to come along.
And also, let's also just point out that this Man United team was the cuckest Man United team that they've had in years.
Yeah. Everybody else just lost the title, and they happened to
pretty much.
Yeah. I absolutely believe that.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
No, I wasn't. I absolutely believe that. I mean, when teams are losing to Wigan just so they don't overtake you on the log, things are looking pretty dire.
They really are. But anyway, that pick was a fake. There was no cameras back then when Giggs was signed. I'm just reading random tweets in the middle of things. Hopefully we learn this radio thing a little bit better as life goes on.
Maybe Sir Alex is quitting now, because he said he wasn't going to retire. Like he said at the beginning of the season, he wasn't planning to retire, but now he's retiring. And maybe he's retiring because they're investigating what he did to all those children 25 years ago.
Maybe he touched Ryan Giggs.
Aberdeen. Yeah.
Maybe that's how Giggs was so quick up the wing.
Yeah, he knew what was coming up from behind.
It's like you get a little bit of special Alex time.
Fergie time means a whole lot more to the actual players of Manchester United.
If we come from behind, then so do you. Anyway.
Yeah, we come from behind in the 90th minute.
I don't know about in the 90th minute. That might be painful.
Come from behind. That's a fun that's never going to get old.
Right. Well, there's coffee here, so let's have coffee. Those were songs especially for Fergie, and that was Go West by the Pet Shop Boys and Ring of Fire.
That makes sense, I guess.
Well, sort of, because he's going west, hopefully, and Ring of Fire just because that's what Liverpool fans sing when we're happy.
Okay. Right. Why is that?
Why? I don't know. They just do. I was there once, and they were all going da 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 da, and that was after they scored a goal.
That's
Don't
a very
ask
strange
questions.
song to sing when you're happy. It's a...
I fell because it's your burning desire and your love and everything.
Okay. Well, football. Who said it makes sense, eh?
Exactly.
Anyway, all right, fantastic. So Ferguson's gone. This is obviously the big talking point of the show this morning, because we're getting tweets about it, and people actually seem to care.
People do care. Football is a very important part of everyone's life, you know.
Really?
Yes, really. Warren Robertson once told me that he supports Derby County, which is, of course,
I do.
Obviously a man who doesn't give a toss about football at all.
No, I just don't like to, you know, I figure if you're going to start supporting a team, right? Because I started in 96, and I thought, like, I just picked a team kind of at random. They got promoted to the Premiership that year. I thought it was a good sign.
You just picked a team at
and
random.
I picked a team, and I thought to myself, you know, you can't just, not everyone can support the winners. You know, not everyone. I mean, what happened to all the Spurs fans from like the 1980s? Where they're all gone, and the, you know, and the Everton fans from back in those days as well. There used to be thousands of them. Now there's only Barney Simon. Like he's the last.
There's
one
a
there.
couple. There's a dude who works on another radio station in the morning.
Ah, yes, I've heard about him. Yeah. He's
Barry Hilton's a big Everton fan.
Yeah, but I think Barry Hilton is still stuck in the 80s. I think he still thinks it is the 80s.
my brother is actually.
But you know, every second person back then was a Spurs fan because Gazza and Lineker were like striking for them, and then they loved Everton because who knows?
I don't know. I don't get it myself.
Who was in that Everton side? It was the little guy, the little Welsh guy.
Actually, Gary Lineker in Everton's heyday. Gary Lineker was there as well.
No, there you are.
Pat Nevin.
Yeah, but now you see, so all these people.
Paul Bracewell.
Yeah, all these people. Like, and then they loved Everton, and now they're no longer Everton, and suddenly everybody's Chelsea fans and everybody's Manchester City fans.
Yeah,
and
you just tend to support the team that wins.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? I mean, because you're not really supporting.
I reckon that's why the ANC wins elections, because people are just like, well, let's go with the winning. That's how I vote. No, is that wrong?
No. That's absolutely fine. That's fine. But I think Manchester United should get used to the fact that they're going to lose a lot of their South African fans now over the next little while when they don't win anything.
I don't get that. I get supporting a weird team because it wins, but then once you've chosen, you have to stick with them.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
You can't now. I've got a friend. This is a true story. I know it's going to shock a lot of people, but he used to support Spurs, and now he supports Man United.
Yeah, that's shocking. But the only thing shocking about that is that he owns up to it. You know, that he's not like, no, man, my grandfather used to bleed Man United. I've always been Man United, except for those 10 years where I supported Spurs.
Yes.
You know, I mean, those guys are always like that. No, you must be wrong. You must be thinking, I've always supported Chelsea. I never used to support Liverpool. Because Liverpool had a lot of people abandon them as well.
Oh!
From Darling to Dusseldorf. Ballz.co.za.
That was just a random woman just burst in here with like these enormous explosions.
That's
and she just said the shit in the microphone.
That's a little song I like to call "Learning the Desk."
Yeah, I wish it was some woman who just ran in here with explosions.
I'm glad this is visual radio, so everyone can see me going red.
It really did liven up the show for a second there, though.
Oh yeah, did you? If it was a olfactory radio, you could actually smell that I shat myself for a second there.
Did you choose that one on purpose with which to ruin our show, or was that just an accident as well?
No,